I'm going to do 2 problems for today's warm-up to get you ready for the quiz. And here's the first. Kids, in this problem, guys, what is a mistake that you think that you might see that really isn't there? Right. The bottom identity. You can't use these as a shortcut or a trick because they aren't what? They're not square. So they won't work. So what are you going to have to do instead? Yep, you have to rewrite, unfortunately. But really the problem isn't too bad. Tangent is y over x. So you're going to rewrite the top as sine of x over cosine minus 1. All over 1 minus cotangent, which would be cosine of x over sine of x. Now, in the top, if I put this 1 over 1, and I put this 1 over 1, it'll make it look a little better. Because if I can get one fraction in the numerator and one fraction in the denominator, I'm just going to flip. So I just need to clean up the top. It's 2 fractions, so I need to subtract them. In order to subtract, I need a common denominator. So if I have a cosine and a 1, I'm going to use cosine, which means this side matches perfectly, so I'm just going to move the sign over. There's my minus. Therefore, this side needs a cosine. So that's 1 fraction. I'm good. Now go to the bottom. Again, you're going to need to find a common denominator with 1 and sine. So put the common denominator as sine. Emily, don't ask. So my common denominator is sine. This doesn't match, so this needs sine. 1 times sine is sine. This matches perfectly. Agree? So just drop your cosine over. Now, yeah, look how it works, doesn't it? Okay, you do a little bit of math and all of a sudden it just kind of fits into place. What you'll notice is this fraction here, if I flip it, and I put sine on top, and sine x minus cosine here, this cancels, right? And it's pretty now. Sine over what? Cosine. And y over x is tangent. It just looked messy, but it really turned out fine. Now, number 2. The problem was sine x plus tangent x. All over 1 plus secant of x. This is not, the bottom is not a trick because it's not squared. Again, so you're just going to have to rewrite. Okay, this is not a trick, it's not squared. So if I rewrite, I'm going to say sine of x over 1 plus tangent is y over x. So sine of x over cosine of x. All over, secant is 1 over 1 plus 1 over cosine of x. I've got 2 fractions in the top and 2 in the bottom. I just want to make 1 and 1 so I can flip. So the numerator, a 1 and a cosine gives me cosine. So this side actually needs cosine. So you're going to get cosine x sine x. This needs what? What does this need? Nothing. Good. That was kind of weird. This one is in your notes. Okay, this one, my denominator is cosine. So therefore, this needs a cosine. And this doesn't need anything. Now, I'll show you. If I write this, and because I'm out of room, I'm going to write it right here just to show you something really quick. And I flip this. Okay, all I did was flip it, but I wrote it down here nice and neat. What happens to the cosines? They cancel. But then this is still a big mess. This cosine doesn't cancel with this cosine. But remember earlier when we were able to take out a 2? What can I take out of both of these? I thought this one's strange. What can I take out? What do they still have in common? Yeah, sine of x. Which gives me cosine and what?
1.
Good. you see it now? Weird, right? But then now this will cancel with this, and what's my actual answer? Sun, like I said, that was a good one to have in your notes. Okay, so now then you're ready for your quiz.